In the last video, we learned that chronic inflammation is like a hidden fire that damages your body and causes diseases like heart diseases, Alzheimer's, autoimmune disorders, and much more. But here's the amazing news that you can easily put out that fire without any fancy gym equipment or a crazy diet. But you need to know what fuels that fire and what extinguishes it. Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Bhavnita Lekhi. Welcome to another video of Inside Health Explained. So by the end of this video, you will know exactly what to do today, by the end of this week, by the end of this month to reduce your chronic inflammation. So let's get started. So let's start with the causes of chronic inflammation. What causes chronic inflammation or what fuels the fire? First and foremost is refined carbohydrates or excessive sugar. So whenever you eat sugar, your body releases a hormone known as insulin to balance that blood sugar. But whenever the intake of sugar is excessive, then there is repeated insulin spikes in your body, and repeated insulin spikes triggers inflammatory pathways causing inflammation in the body. Next is refined foods and ultra processed foods, including your processed meats. These have a lot of preservatives, additives, and refined oil. These substances disrupt your immune balance and they cause inflammation. So the next is poor gut health. So if you're not eating enough fiber and your gut microbiome is not in place, it also triggers inflammation. So the next point is sleep deprivation. So if you're not sleeping enough or you're not having good quality sleep, that causes inflammation. Even one day of less sleep triggers inflammation the very next day. Next is increased physical inactivity or lack of movement. So, if you're not moving enough every day, it leads to increased visceral fat. Visceral fat is the fat around your belly area that covers your internal organs like stomach, intestine, and liver, and is very dangerous, which in turns leads to increased cytokines. Cytokines are nothing but the chemical messengers for inflammation and hence leads to increased inflammation. So the next point is chronic stress. So over a long period of time, increased chronic stress leads to increased inflammation. Next are your toxins. Toxins from environment like air pollution, pesticides, increased chemicals, as well as toxins from what you do like smoking and increased alcohol intake also increases chronic inflammation. Next point is persistent infection. So if you're having chronic gum infection or chronic sinus infection, it also leads to inflammation in your body. And the last point is poor oral hygiene. Yes, you heard that right. Poor oral hygiene causes increased inflammation in your overall body because your mouth has a lot of bacteria, and when you brush, chew, or floss, those bacteria enter your bloodstream and leads to inflammation in the body. So let's talk about how to get rid of inflammation or how we can extinguish this chronic fire inside our body. So in this video, I'm going to tell you a few steps that you can inculcate in your daily routine that will help you fight inflammation in long term. So first and foremost is food. If you want to get rid of inflammation, the first change you need to do is in your food habits. So in this video, I'll be telling you a few anti-inflammatory foods that you can incorporate in your diet to get rid of inflammation in long term. So first and foremost is fatty fish. So if you eat fish, start having 1 to 2 servings at least of fatty fish every week because fatty fishes are rich in omega 3, which fights inflammation by blocking inflammatory pathways. So the second is berries. Berries are also known as antioxidant bombs. They are rich in a compound known as polyphenols, which fights inflammation. Berries include blueberries, raspberries, and strawberries. Blueberries have highest antioxidant content. Next are your leafy greens. Leafy greens are your nutrient powerhouse. It contains a lot of antioxidant and important vitamins. So the next is extra virgin olive oil. Olive oil has compound known as polyphenol, which is highly antioxidant, as well as oleocanthal, a compound that mimics anti-inflammatory medicine known as ibuprofen. It reduces your pain and inflammation. But here's a pro tip. If you eat olive oil on low to medium heat cooking, it maximizes your health benefits, whereas high heat cooking or frying olive oil damages or minimizes its nutrient value. Next are your nuts. Nuts like almonds and walnuts are packed with healthy fats and hence reduces your inflammation. The next is your turmeric or golden spice. Golden spice or turmeric has a component known as curcumin, which is highly antioxidant. But here's a pro tip: curcumin or turmeric is not absorbed on its own inside the body, so add a little bit of black pepper and fat for better absorption of turmeric. This increases the absorption of turmeric by up to 2000%. The next thing you can inculcate is green tea. It has a compound known as catechins or EGCG, which is highly anti-inflammatory. So make sure to include green tea in your diet. So the second change is movement or exercise. Exercise is one of the most powerful tools you can have for inflammation. But why does it work? Because when your muscle works, it releases a special chemical known as myokines. Myokines are like cleaning agents that scrub off all the inflammatory chemicals from your blood. Think of myokines as a special cleaning agents produced by your muscles which scrub off all the inflammatory chemicals from your body. So if you don't exercise or walk regularly, start by simple walking for 30 minutes every day for 5 times a week at a pace when you can talk but not sing. Research shows that walking alone for the people who do not exercise can significantly benefit and reduce inflammation by up to 15% in 3 months. Now let's address the sitting problem. So sitting for longer periods of time lets inflammatory chemicals accumulate inside your body. It is like garbage piling up when the collection stops. But what is the fix? Because a lot of people working in desk jobs have to sit for longer periods of time. So there's a simple solution. Set up a timer for every hour and move for at least 2 to 3 minutes after every hour of sitting. It will help you prevent inflammation buildup inside your body. So the next is strength training. If you don't want to go to a gym, you can start at your home with simple exercises with just your own body weight and no additional weight. You can start off with exercises like squats, planks, and push-ups. If you can't do normal push-ups, start with wall push-ups. Do these exercises for at least 3 times a week for 15 to 30 minutes every day. It will significantly reduce inflammation in your body because it increases muscle mass, which handles insulin better, leading to less insulin spikes and hence reducing inflammation in your body. So the next is yoga. Yoga combines your movement with stress reduction, which gives you a dual benefit. You can start off by doing simple yoga exercises available on YouTube at least 2 times a week. It will greatly benefit you in reducing inflammation. So the bottom line is you have to move. Movement is the key because our bodies are designed to move, and when we don't move, the inflammation keeps piling up. So make sure to move. After food and exercise, we need to focus on sleep, which is the repair shop of your body. Sleep is not just the time when your body rests. It is the maintenance your body performs, including clearing out inflammatory chemicals from your body. So, if you don't sleep properly, even one night, then one night of poor sleep leads to increased inflammation the very next day. Your body has the superpower to heal itself. You just have to let it heal. How much sleep do you need? You need 7 to 9 hours of sleep every day. If you're sleeping 6 hours or less every day, then it increases inflammation inside your body. So here's a simple sleep plan that you can follow to increase the quality and the quantity of your sleep. First is same time every night. Your body knows when you're going to sleep. So make sure you're following the same time every night. Second is make your room a cave. Make sure there's no light entering. If there's light, use either eye masks or blackout curtains to block out all the light. Next is stop eating 3 hours before the bed because your eating interrupts with your sleep. So make sure don't eat anything 3 hours before sleep. Next is avoid screen before bed because blue light from phones and tablets interferes with your sleep hormone, which also has anti-inflammatory effect. So if you use any phone or gadget before sleeping, it disrupts your sleep. So now the next factor we need to focus on is reducing stress because stress keeps your body in constant fight and flight mode and it keeps constantly pumping your stress hormone which increases inflammation in the body. So what can you do to reduce stress? You can follow these simple steps to reduce your stress. So the first is 4-7-8 breathing technique. You have to breathe in for the count of 4, hold for the count of 7, and exhale or breathe out at the count of 8. So you can do this before any stressful meeting, your exam, or whenever you're feeling anxious. The next is 5-minute reset. Just make sure to go out in the sun, look at something far away, and try not to think anything for that 5 minutes. This will help in preventing accumulation of the stress throughout the day. Next step is gratitude practice. So make sure to write 3 things at the end of the day that you're thankful for. This simple activity rewires your brain and reduces stress and inflammation in your body. Next is the belly fat, which is your inflammatory factory, because if you have belly fat, constantly releases cytokines, which are the inflammatory chemicals, and increases inflammation in your body. But the goal is to reduce 10 to 20% of your body weight, which significantly reduces inflammation in the body. And you can do it by achieving all the steps we have discussed: food, exercise, reducing the stress, and everything we've discussed in the video. So the next step is improving your oral hygiene, because if you have inflammation in the mouth, it will travel in the body. Why? Because your mouth has billions of bacteria, and the bacteria leaches into your bloodstream on simple activities like chewing, eating, brushing, or flossing. So make sure you brush twice daily, floss once daily, and visit your dentist and every 6 months, even if you don't have pain. This will significantly reduce inflammation not only in your mouth but in your overall body. So let's bring it all together. So in this video, we have studied that you can significantly reduce your chronic inflammation by eating right, sleeping properly, reducing stress, improving your oral hygiene, and moving your body constantly. Your body is designed to heal, and your body wants to heal. Just give it the right environment and see the magic happen. Like the video, share with your loved ones, and subscribe to the channel, because this information can actually add up years in your life. Thank you for watching.